Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're a first timer. Today we're going through, I believe, our 14th installment, or episode of Spartacus's journey through Skyrim, where we take a dual wield orc warrior with light armor through the world of Skyrim on a legendary difficulty playthrough. We finished our Falkreath, we bought our house, we need to get a few more materials before we can make our alchemy lab up there. And kind of move forward with that. However, we want to try and we're currently in the pursuit of getting rid of this vampirism, as while it was good and it definitely helps out against frost dragons, right? That's definitely something that works out really well for us. It's kind of a painful experience if anything has fire. So maybe we'll come back to a vampirism or pick up vampirism later when we're enchanting and stuff like that. With the necromage perk, that may be something we do. But for now, we're gonna try and get it cured. Now I believe there's a priest that you can go to in Morthal that'll allow you to do that, but you need a filled black soul gem, and that's not something that we currently have. So, what we're going to do instead is hopefully Skyrim never put in a thing for werepires or, hybrids. So, if you get bit as or to be a werewolf when you are a vampire, it takes over, right? The werewolf takes the cake, and vice versa. You can cure your werewolf or lycanthropy by becoming a vampire. So in here, we're going to try and push our companion's quest forward, in part because it has some guys that we want to potentially utilize as trainers, and the other part because of the fact that we want this vampirism gone. Alright, so here this can be a little rough. This entire dungeon is actually going to probably be really rough for us, given our power level at the moment, versus the rest of it. So here we're sneaking at the moment, but we're going to try and make some people mad. Doesn't seem to be a problem. We've got 7, so we have Berserker Rage, and then we're going to give ourselves using our Elemental Fury Broken ability to take out the Draugr and his friends. We had a Restless in there. We're going to heal because we want to pull all of these. Anything that's in the area while we've got our... There we go. While we've got our Berserker Rage up, we wanted to pull that Restless Draugr that way. If we didn't, he can be a real pain to deal with, and so instead, we'll just kill him with our big cooldowns up. Pick up the Dwarven Greatsword. Not generally a fan of picking up Greatswords in general, because of how heavy they are. So if we get to a point where we're, our weight is a problem. At the moment, being in light armor, you have a lot more weight freedom, if you will. So that allows us to pick up heavier things. If we get to a point where we're in trouble with weight management, for example, like if we kill another dragon, or we kill a dragon, we get a bunch more dragon bones. We'll actually keep the dragon bones more over the greatsword. Because 1, they'll sell better, and 2, they're more useful. We can make heavy armor and stuff like that. We can make weapons. Yeah, like a new sword or something like that. Now we do have to get to 100 in our blacksmithing to do that, but we can pack wrap them for the time being. I did rest there. Anytime we use our Berserker Rage, we're just gonna rest for 24 hours. It makes it so that we don't have the we always have that available to us. And at the moment, because of the way how tough silver hands are to us, and the large spawn, the spawning of large enemies like the Restless Draugr and the Draugr, right? We're probably going to need that that extra for the. We're probably going to have to pop our little combo every time we meet somebody. Just picking up some moss. There we go. That's all they'll let me pick up. Do we have anything to disenchant? I don't think so. I think we cleared that all out already. We did indeed. And now we are ready to get ourselves trapped. Oh no. Whatever shall I do? Me? You brought me here. I can't even pull my weapons out. Did his friend just kill him? So one of the things you can do, if you're doing a two-handed warrior build, you want to do this quest probably fairly early, because, like you saw there, he transforms. And the companions are the best sort of scenario for a two-handed warrior with heavy armor. However, one of the things is that when he transforms like that, he drops a Skyforged steel sword, which he still, great sword, which he still has on his back now. So he fabricates one out of pure thin air. Best blacksmith in Whiterun is Spartacus. So if you pick that up, the cool thing about Skyforged steel, well, it looks like maybe he got an iron one. That might be Skyforged. Either way, the cool thing about Skyforged steel is that it's better than regular steel, naturally, but it's still upgraded under the same perks. And so, because of that, you can run a Skyforged steel sword and just continuously upgrade it as you need, right? Or as you level your blacksmithing, and it should either keep pace, if not surpass, Daedric for until you get up higher in the like over 100, so that you can improve the Daedric even farther. Now that we've escaped our poor little predicament where Farkas had to save us, and he ran through here somewhere, but we have this guy. So we're gonna pull him. We'll sneak first, get a little sneak level in action. Go into our fourth person. There we go. Call us a blender, a whirling dervish, whatever you'd like. Just don't call me late for dinner. I'm probably not usually late for dinner, actually. I like food way too much. Some studded light armor. I wonder how well that matches up against what we currently wear. Armor is 58. Yeah, nope. That's not gonna work. Alright. Wait our 24 hours again. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We've got some stuff to clean out. Some alchemy, of course. Bone meal, need that for that, I believe it's bone meal, blue mountain flour, and chicken eggs. Could be wrong. I think we made that recipe on our first or second video, probably our second video. We're gonna pull this guy. So he's sitting here like this, and we're gonna pull him because if we just run up and attack him, what sometimes happens is he ends up, like, the combat with him ends up pulling the rest of the guys that we don't actually want to fight right now. We'll have to do another Berserker Elemental Fury build or pop to take care of these upcoming Silverhand here. The one guy is a two-handed warrior or two-hander with heavy armor, and so he takes almost he doesn't take no damage, but without Zerk he takes significantly less, somewhere around double or half, and that becomes a pain in the keister, so we're just not going to let him do that. And here we go. Alright, so we got one. If you could not focus on me, that'd be great. Yeah. Now we'll equip this again. Get our I think we only did one, not two there, but that's okay. We got the job done. And yeah, it's recharging much faster. Alright. So that's these two down. This guy is quite a pain. If you noticed, he didn't take a whole lot of damage from us, but and luckily for us, we didn't have to tank it. Farkas took most of the damage from him, but you could kind of see. Farkas doesn't take damage as fast as we do because of his heavy armor, and he still got chunked pretty good. I think the power attack from that guy is actually a one-shot for us at the moment. And we used our Berserk, so we are going to use our rest or wait for our 24 hours so that it comes back up, because like I said, just about every fight with Silverhand, the Draugr not so much, the big Draugr we need it for, like not necessarily the Restless, we can kind of tank those down, but if we get a Draugr right, and something, we're gonna need to. I think we almost automatically need the Berserker Rage there. But when we have Silverhand, like even that, the archer not so much. But when he swapped the sword and smacked us, that hurt. He hit us one time and took I think a third or so of our health off, and that's it. That's through Berserker Rage. So that's a lot of damage that we can't normally deal with, and if we didn't have Berserker Rage up, I mean, he probably would have taken 50 to 60% of our life off with that one swing. That's just not something we want. We'll pick up silver swords too, because they'll sell for a decent amount. And here's our masterwork chest. I talked about it in, I think, video 2, or the episode 2, where they like to hide these things back here for us to discover in little off-the-wall places. So we're gonna give this a shot. So let's give it a go. We're gonna pick this lock super fast with that misclick there. We're gonna break up a few picks. We're just kind of looking for play in the lock. You want to go real small with your adjustments there, because if you go in those big sweeping portions, you're more likely to miss that spot. For example, you saw I went too far and I broke an extra pick where I might not have needed to. Hanging moss. More alchemy mats. That's what we're here for. Alchemy mats. And to take all the gold on the table. Not worried about no iron sword. Plebeian iron sword. We have our Berserker Rage available. So I believe both of these guys will actually wake up. So we're going to take them one at a time. Nothing fancy. Just, you know, kill them while they're waking up. And there's our Silverhand guy, which is now engaged with a Draugr, I believe. So we're on 6, so we're gonna give ourselves the blender. I don't think we'll need anything to any like Berserker Rage for this guy, seeing as he is alone. Marcus, I apologize, but I can't really just sit there and watch it. I have to hit this man. The steel armor, it sells pretty well, but it weighs 35 pounds. I'm not picking that up. Oh, I got the hiccups there. Oh, looks like we got another sleeper. What's up, sleeper? Sweet. I like that little backhand. It's pretty fun little animation. One at a time. Just down they go. Anybody else? Anybody else? Who wants to challenge the champ? Champ is Spartacus. He's the tank. And another lockpick. Broken. Are you really going to be in the same spot as the master pick was? Or master lock was? Oh, oh. I'm making this too hard on myself. There we go. And we're gonna pull this guy. Just keep pulling people. It helps. It's what we do. For that, and we're gonna actually try to kill these three because we did all that extra damage to him already. I'm gonna try and kill these without the Berserker Rage. Alright, here we go. Just blender it all. There we go. And we didn't have to use Berserker Rage again. This is good. It's a lot easier when Farkas actually plays. Sometimes he'll get all weird about it and just like walk towards me like I'm his savior and just let them beat in his back. And when he does that, it is almost impossible to help, right? Or to kill those without any sort of like Berserker Rage. He also likes to do that when there's 5 of them, and I don't know why. I thought he was a companion. I thought he enjoyed the challenge. I thought he wanted to, you know. I watched him destroy people with his werewolf form. 5 of them. 1 hit. And then he walks in here and he'll get himself overwhelmed, or he'll get, worse yet, he'll get us overwhelmed. There's another one. And here we go. And blender time. Oh, the archer decided to hit me. Not sure who gave her permission to do that. Go on. Go get her. I'll let you through for that. He's so nimble. You see him get around those traps. All right. So we do actually have 2 perks that we can get in the one-handed tree, since we're at 61 and we had saved our level up from before. However, we're gonna try and save our level up for a fight. So we won't put those in right away. They do help our damage. They're literally just all about damage. So we're gonna wait until this fight. So or save it for a fight. The reason for that is because these fights can get really problematic really fast in this this next area. There we go. That was a nice crit there. We're going to try and sneak through here. I don't think we're going to be able to sneak much. The Silverhand and the Draugr are down there going at it. We're going to clear out some of the Draugr so that in the event that we have to fight the Silverhand in a moment. Hopefully we don't. I think they make their way up here. But we've I also think we've managed to maintain Spartacus and keep him alive. Going nice and easy, because the moment we get these Silverhand, I believe we'll be looking at a 5-man fight. 7 if you count us. Just slow pulling this, letting them do their thing. There we go. I think we got some Silverhand over there, causing their problems, obviously. There we go. So here's what I was talking about, where he just kind of like, he does something stupid here. Where he's just like, hey, you know what we should do? We should just stand here and let them attack us. So look at him. He's sitting there, he's crouched. We're not crouched. But he is, and I don't know what he's doing. I'm not going to pick up the heavy armor, because obviously we're not using heavy armor. Looks like the Silverhand here have done a good job clearing this out. But more importantly, we have done a good job in not pulling all of them, because then they all happen to show up at the same time. They come around that corner that we just went by, and they are all there, and it is not fun. There's about 5 or 6 of them, I think, by the time they get around the corner. They've cleared out all the Draugr, so it's just us and them, and then if Spartacus gets stuck with them, they'll destroy his health bar and then just come after us, and it's not a lot of fun, especially with Spartacus being You know, old Smarty Pants over here. He's a hiding warrior. We did pick up some silver swords. Because I believe they're we can upgrade them, right? I believe they are ruled. We're gonna wait for our elemental fury here. I believe their upgrade path is ruled by the I believe their upgrade path is ruled by steelsmithing. Alright. So, I believe we did pick up some silver swords. I think we're going to try and utilize some fun little things where we have like an upgraded silver sword or two for running through Draugr dungeons and hitting undead, given that they do that extra damage. And I believe their upgrade path is ruled by the steelsmithing. Which, if true, means that they should keep up with our steel swords or Skyforged steel swords. Maybe not quite as close to the Skyforged, but the extra damage that it does to undead should outweigh the regular base damage. I believe in the next room we have a group of people, so we are going to utilize our combo again and give them everything we've got. Spartacus at it again. He doesn't attack. I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea what on earth he is doing. Please attack this guy. No? There we go. Hello, Spartacus. Will you help me? Please attack the little enemies. We've managed to drop it down to 3, down from 4, though this one wasn't the difficult one. The 3 happens to be in the other room. Over here. And we have clear sight on the archer, so hopefully... There we go. Will Spartacus go and do something? There we go. Now we're gonna fight, not necessarily in the doorway here. We're actually going to... Well, we're gonna just get a lot of damage coming at us. There we go. We're gonna try and kill this two-handed guy because the other ones are at least something we can kind of manage. Now let's see if we can handle this guy. Alright. And let's see. How is Spartacus doing? Spartacus has not a whole lot of health. but he has enough. And here we go. And we made it. Good God. It only took us 10 or 15 tries, but we got it done. And he had an orcish bow. No wonder he hit so hard. And we're just gonna relax here, right? Gonna wait our 24-hour wait time for our Berserker raids. I think that's the hardest fight in this dungeon. I believe so, because you know, initially if you go over the top and you're not sneaking like we were, you can pull all of those guys from down there and pull them up, and they'll kill the Draugr on their way up, and so you can end up with, you know, 5 to 6 of those guys all in your face up at the crypts where we were fighting the Draugr. And if you had pulled a Draugr, the Draugr stays on you, and it just can compound into bad upon bad. Alright, and then I think we also want to pick this. Too much of a hurry. Vampire dust just sitting on a shelf. I hope that's not a telltale sign of what's down here. Yee. I don't think so. I think the Silverhand are technically what was supposed to be vampire hunters before the Dawnguard. I believe they're supposed to hunt vampires and werewolves alike. You know, they got the silver swords. That's just kind of what they do. We found the key. I'm not going to worry about the great sword. We're ready for the next one. The next step here. There we go. And we've got some skeever tails fixed. If you can hear this, that clod hopping in the background, my brother is stomping his way up the stairs. We are picking up the tails because we did have a couple potions that actually utilized them. I believe there's another door to pick here. Loot all the Draugr, the alchemy table. I believe there's a skeever here. Where did it go? Come back, little skeever. There you go. The good thing about the vampirism or werewolf is that you're immune to disease, and so by being immune to disease. You can't get the annoying like negation of your damage by the disease. I'm not sure. I think it's skeever rot. Couldn't tell. I'm not sure what the name of it is. I just know that when skeevers bite and give you that disease, it's like 25% reduction in your damage. So apparently, try number 2. We when we shout, we actually pull the Draugr over there. One's a white and one's restless, so that's a bit more than we can actually handle. So we're gonna pop everything here. We're gonna get Farkas engaged right there, and then we're gonna give it everything we've got. We'll take care of this. So we messed up there, and I wasn't able to pop my shout. So I did it. I did my shout without the I did my shout without the primary weapon attached. There we go. And so we kind of bugged the shot out there, where I didn't have number 4, which is my steel sword in my right hand. I apparently had healing still on there, and then when I shouted, so it applied to the dagger, but the moment I switched, it no longer applied, but it also wouldn't show me the cooldown on it. So we had to wait for it to pass. Luckily for us, Berserker Rage is terrifically broken, and we were able to finish that fight. We were able to finish that spider off with just Berserker Rage, and then the slow killed the 2 Draugr. Little mechanical mistakes like that. The difference between an easy fight, right, where we could have wrecked that that frostbite spider, turned on the Draugr right, killed him, and then just finished off the restless Draugr as a nice little easy one-on-one or 2v1 thanks to Farkas here. The difference between those kinds of fights, right, where it's super simple and it all goes according to plan, and the fight that we just had where everything is just kind of a mess and we have to slow kill everything and nothing goes the way we want it. That can all be done or boiled down on, at least in this case and most cases, down to our own play. So my mechanical blunder there caused me the extra pain. I think that's a dead one. Should be a couple more non-deadies. Oh, Skyrim. Got me just smacking at bodies. All right. So here, I believe we have the big boss fight of this this thing. I don't believe it happens initially. I don't think it starts when you actually learn the word. I think it actually starts when you get this fragment of Uthrod picked up. So we're going to make sure that we've got our Berserker Rage, we've got our level up, we have everything that we could possibly have ready. And let's give it a go. So we were right. It's gonna start with this this pickup. Now it's a couple waves, which is a little different. Some of these, oh, we are over encumbered. Old Dwarven Greatsword, you will be missed. All right. So it comes in a couple different waves. The regular Draugr shouldn't be too bad. The Restless Draugr, if we can kill the regular ones and get the Restless all by itself, that shouldn't be too terrible. We do have to try and keep up with our damage, because if we don't, I think the waves are timed rather than, they don't just happen when you kill the last of the last wave, the next wave starts. I think they just happen on a timer. So the faster you kill the current ones, the easier the next ones will be, because you'll have them soloed out. So let's give this the old 1, 2, 3. There you are. That's a Restless. That's a regular. So I'm going to use the level 1 of this particular spell, of this shout, for the beginning, for any of the regular Draugr like that. Here's an example of it getting harder. We do have Farkas here, but it looks like we get a little bit, because we did use the second version of that shout. So we've got a little bit to wait before we can pop that. Looks like those two guys got stuck up there, which has kind of been that's really nice for us. They're also both regular Draugr. And here comes number 3, wave number 3. That's a Restless. I'm actually going to take this little lull here to heal. And we'll give this a good old level 2 on that. This regular Draugr will go down, and then we are going to and then we did get to do this again. Here's another Restless. And here's what we were worried about, the big guy. So we're going to give this a there we go. We've got our Berserker going. We've got everything going. We're gonna actually level up here. We're gonna get these 200, 150, so that seems like I think we'll get to 200 stamina next. We're gonna get our base damage up, and at the very least we're gonna get this one up, so give us more crit, the 20%, and that should reset our stamina in the fight, and then we should be able to power attack this guy to death. There we go. We've got one runner over here. And then we've got our last victim. And there we go. So this is really starting to take off. That's a lot of power. Obviously, it's it's in part due to the extra from Elemental, probably in most due to the Elemental Fury. Berserker Rage is great, but Elemental Fury is just really keeping us afloat here. And it's a lot of fun. I like the what feels to me like a kind of a switch to third person. It's faster. I enjoy it. There are some things that first person does a little better than the third person. For example, when a couple times we'd have a fight and the stagger, right? Staggering our enemy, we seem to be able to time that a lot better in first person. But if we're just talking about doing just all-out ballistic damage, I think the third person wins. I think it keeps up with the attack speed a lot better. I think it allows us to, so like here, if we give the Elemental Fury and then we do our double attack, we can do it that way. That's a lot of damage outgoing. Whereas I think if we're using the same setup, we'll give it a second here for our testing. Keep all the variables the same, with the exception of the one we're testing, which is first person versus third person. So here, with the same button presses, essentially, we put this up, and I feel like there's more time in between those. It does scoot forward. It is it's a little harder, to track something if it goes sideways to you, but so aiming might be a little rougher. What you want? What are you haying me for? We got it done. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't easy, but it is completed. I believe this quest, or the finishing of this quest, will allow us into the fold for the companions. We've got to go back to Whiterun to turn that in. So let's get on our horse, our non-existent horse, and make our way to Whiterun. After, of course, we pick up a bunch of alchemy mats. What beautiful landscape. We do not want to have to deal with that dragon. He's a fire dragon. He will eat us alive. It is not nighttime. He's not going to give up, though. Oh. Let's see. Looks like the dragon doesn't actually care about the mammoths. He might fry those. Come with me, Farkas. Don't do that. Don't do it, Farkas. Is that mammoth after us? I hope not. I also don't know where Farkas is. Let's see if we wait for about 12 hours or so. We'll wait till nighttime. That way we can at least give it a potential shot, or we can heal ourselves. And hopefully Farkas is finished with his whatever he's doing. It doesn't look like he is. Looks like we may have to let's see. If we make it back in, you know, to home, if you will, and if you wish to call it home, we make it back to Whiterun, and we load in. With any luck, Farkas will load with us, and we'll be able to continue our quest. If not, we'll have to go back to out there and take care of this darn dragon. We'll do that with our... Unfortunately, it's a fire dragon, so that does not bode well for us. We would have to do it at night. We would have to be, you know, have our stuff available to us. You know, our Berserker Rage and our maybe even some resist fire potions. But Farkas came with us, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's ignore some of these alchemy mats here, and let's just go get us our ceremonial inauguration. I think it'd be an inauguration. Oh, he seems to have joined us here. This is gonna be fun. Let's see. So we still don't have our Berserker Rage. If he's still out there when we come back out, we'll kill him. We did return to Ravager. We're gonna wait for a little bit of time here. Get it to about 7 o'clock at 7 o'clock at night. It'll reset our Berserker Rage, and then it's also gonna give us the ability to obviously heal should we have the dragon show up. It'd be kind of funny if we end up with the dragon in the ceremony. Here we are. Now, one of the things that happens is this: when we, if you get here before Vilkas, since Vilkas wasn't out front, he's making a run. Wherever he is running here. There you are. Aw, thanks. This little thing? It's just a sword I picked off an Imperial body while I was trying to escape after almost having my head cut off. Oh. Fine. Balmer and a trinket. I'm not sure about that. Maybe we'll talk to Ayla. I think Ayla is the one who... Yeah. Maybe Vilcus. I'm not sure who has the stuff for me. So we're going to come up here to old Yorland to get our Skyforge steel sword. Oh, he will make a dagger. So he does make a dagger, but I think we'll get other daggers, like the Blade of Woe or something like that, or even Mehrunes. So I think we're going to take a sword. And I believe he also sells Skyforge steel. So, like once you get to this point, I believe he'll sell you. Yeah, the Skyforge steel dagger. So we can grab that for now, and then clean out what we do have. So we can give him the dwarven sword. Yeah, keep the orcish bow, because I believe it'll do better than our hunting bow here. We've got the dagger. We're going to get rid of the greatsword, because we don't need that. This extra steel dagger, and these extra 2 steel swords. We're going to also drop 2 of our silver swords, because we're going to make those into something else. Iron helmet. Orcish gauntlets we'll never use. The steel armor can go. The plated can go. And this studded garbage can go too. And then, let's see. Oh. Thanks, mouse. That wasn't where I was. And we don't have anything else there. So that's going to end it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any tips, tricks, critiques, or comments, or anything you'd like explained. Leave a like or leave a comment below, and we will catch you all at the next one. Thanks.